Okay guys, let's get to the meat of algebra, solving equations. You have heard me say this 1,000 times. A solution of an equation is a value of a variable that makes a true statement when substituted into the equation. You have done this before. This is not new information. Okay, go ahead and read through this page. You might want to hit pause. So if I want to determine if y equals 3/4 is a solution for 4y plus 3 equals 8y, I want to substitute 3/4 in for y into these two spots, right here and right here. So I've got 4 times 3/4 plus 3 equals 8 times 3/4. Now again, if you're not good with fractions, you may want to grab your calculator at this point. This is not the time for me to be teaching you how to multiply fractions. That was several lessons ago. So I am going to rush through this sort of math because this is stuff you've already learned. Alright, so 4 times 3/4. The 4's will cancel. I'm left with 3 plus 3. By the way, I'm going to put a question mark there because I'm not sure if those are equal yet. Now, the 4 will go into the 8 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to simplify the left side. 6 is equal to 6, so I would say yes to this. Okay, you may want to go ahead and hit pause here and read through this. I do want to point out what it says, though, is that when you subtract a number from the left side, you have to subtract the exact same number from the right side if you start with something like this. So if I subtract 2 from the left, I have to subtract 2 from the right. You guys have seen this. Same thing goes for addition. If I start with something like this and I add something to the left, I have to add the same thing to the right. Okay, so now we're going to use that property. So now take a look at your x plus 11 equals -3. What's happening to my variable? It's being added to 11. So how do I undo adding 11? The opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 11 from the left side. What I do to the left side, I have to do the identical thing to the right side. 11 minus 11 is 0. So I've got x is equal to -3 minus 11, both signs are negative. I add those numbers together and I keep that sign. The nice thing about solving equations is that you can check your answers. So I'm going to take -14 plus 11 equals -3. I'm going to put a question mark there because I'm not sure. -14 plus 11 is -3 equals -3. Yep, that's a true statement. So I do know that my answer is x equals -14. Alright, for this problem right here, I've got m minus 4 equals -5. So I'm subtracting 4 from m. How do you undo subtraction? You undo subtraction with addition. So I'm going to add 4 to the left. What I add to the left, I have to add the identical thing to the right. -4 plus 4 creates 0, so that goes away. M is equal to -5 plus 4, which is -1. And again, you can check your work. -1 minus 4, does that equal -5? -1 minus 4 is -5. -5 equals -5, so I am certain that that is my answer. Okay, for this problem right here, n minus 3/8 equals 1/2. So what's happening to my variable? I'm subtracting 3/8 from it. So I want to add 3/8 to both sides. So I've got n is equal to, that creates 0, so that goes away. Off to the side here, I'm going to do 1/2 plus 3/8. I need a common denominator, or you can grab your calculator. Common denominator is 8, so I've got 4/8 there, plus 3/8, so I get 7/8. N is equal to 7/8. And again, you can check your work. 7/8 minus 3/8, does that equal 1/2? 7/8 minus 3/8 is 4/8. 1/2 equals 1/2. Well, 4/8 equals 1/2, so 1/2 equals 1/2. So that is a true statement. That is my answer, 7/8. Okay, on this problem right here, a minus 3.7 equals 4.3. So I undo subtraction with addition. Negative 3.7 plus 3.7 creates 0. That goes away. A is equal to, let's see here, 8. A is equal to 8. So now I'm going to check my work. 8 minus 3.7, does that equal 4.3? So I've got 8.0 minus 3.7. Got to borrow. I get 4.3. So I know that that is my correct answer. Okay, with this problem right here, you need to combine some like terms first. So let's combine 3x minus 2x, and I just get 1x, or x. Negative 7 and a negative 4 is a negative 11. So now I need to solve for x by adding 11 to both sides. X is equal to 12. Now, to check my work, I would do 3 times 12 minus 7 minus 2 times 12 minus 4. Does that equal 1? 3 times 12 is 36, minus 7, minus, I can go ahead and do that as well, 24 minus 4. Does that equal 1? 36 minus 7 is 29. 29 minus 24 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. So 1 equals 1. That is my correct answer. Alright, with this problem we have to distribute, then combine our like terms. So I've got 3 times n is 3n. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Minus 2n equals negative 3. So 3n minus 2n is just plain old n. Minus 12, this came from right there, equals negative 3. Now I have to add 12 to both sides, and I get that n is equal to 9. And you can check your work. So I'm going to check my work. Okay, so I'm going to do 9 minus 4 is 5, so 3 times 5 minus, I can go ahead and do that as well. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 18 is negative 3. That is a true statement. Okay, for this problem right here, distribute, then combine your like terms, and then also on the right side, combine your like terms. So I've got to distribute first. So I've got 6k minus 2. Now this I'm just going to rewrite, minus 5k equals, and I'm going to go ahead and add these together. I get negative 9. Or subtract, whatever, however you want to look at that. I always look at it as they have the same sign in front of them, so add them together, keep that sign. Now I'm going to combine my like terms on the left. 6k minus 5k is k. Now in order to solve this, I need to add 2 to both sides. So k is equal to negative 7. So now I can test it. So 2 times 3 times negative 7 minus 1 minus 5 times negative 7. Does that equal, I'm going to go ahead and add those together, negative 9. So I've got 2 times, this is negative 21 minus 1. I'm going to go ahead and multiply those. I get positive 35. Negative 21 minus 1 is a negative 22. 2 times negative 22 is a negative 44. Does that equal negative 9? When I add those together, I get negative 9 equals negative 9. That is true. Alright, so in this problem, I'm going to translate and solve. 5 more than x, so I've got x plus 5 is equal to 26. So now I want to subtract 5 from both sides. So I get that x is equal to 21. Okay, on this problem, translate and solve again. The difference of 5p and 4p. So the difference means subtract, and you need to subtract in the order that you read it in this case, is 23. 5p minus 4p is 1p, or just p, so p is equal to 23 here. The Robles family has 2 dogs, Buster and Chandler. Together they weigh 71 pounds. Chandler weighs 28 pounds. How much does Buster weigh? I'm going to let B equal Buster's weight. Okay, so I know that Buster is the weight that I don't know, but I know that him plus his buddy Chandler equal 71 pounds. So now to solve this, I'm going to subtract 28 from both sides, and I get that Buster weighs 43 pounds. Okay, on this problem right here, Shayla paid $24,575 for her new car. This was $875 less than the sticker price. What was the sticker price? So I'm going to I could let any variable here. I could use S for sticker. I don't like to use S's as variables because my S's and my 5's tend to look a lot alike. So I'm going to go ahead and use X is my sticker price. And so I know that $24,575 is the sticker price minus $875. So in order to solve this, I would add 875 to both sides, and that goes away. So when I add these together, I get so the sticker price was $25,450.